Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day, and wow, there's a lot of information I have to tell you all. I am so excited. I'm overwhelmed with excitement for Battlefield 2042 because they just released the development update for the game, talking about gameplay, maps, and experience, and new content. Those are the four main key focuses that they have for Battlefield 2042 right now, and they're doing a rework on everything. The whole game's having an overhaul. Starting with the maps. So we have Renewal being remade, remodeled, totally revamped. And we have Orbital, which is also going to be remade in October. Renewal's coming out. Season 2's coming out in September as well. So we're getting a new map on there, new weapons, and a whole bunch of new other stuff, including a new specialist. And looking at Renewal, wow, I'm impressed. Everything looks so nice because the map felt stale. Every single map in Battlefield 2042 from the start when the game came out was very stale, very dry. And now with remakes of Kaleidoscope, Renewal, and Orbital, they look war-torn. They look fitting for the setting and story of Battlefield 2042. I gotta say, the one that really caught my attention, especially for Orbital, that is the runway. From B objective to E with the rocket, the whole runway was open. It was so hard to run from D1 to D2, and finally they put cover there. They put destroyed tanks, broken down foxholes from explosions. There's so much more cover now you could run from in the open, because playing that map, I gotta say, it's very difficult, especially in that area, because you gotta run across that runway and it's so open, and it's complete open field, and there's no cover, so you're gonna die if you get spotted. They're actually closing in the spawns for both the Russian and the US teams on Orbital from the radio station to the checkpoint area. So because of that, they added a new objective point on top of the mountain, right above the tunnel. Speaking of the tunnel, they did a whole remake on the tunnel. They remodeled it completely. Renewal was nice to see, especially from the borderline, because going from B objective to C objective, that border was very hard to get to both of those objectives because it was very open. Now they're adding more cover, especially natural cover from A flag to B and the desert side. And a thing I'm very excited about, they're adding the M16A3 into the game. I love the M60E4 as well. They're adding that into it as well. These weapons from Portal are being called Fault Weapons, being transferred from Battlefield Portal to All Out Warfare in Battlefield 2042. The M16A3 is very nostalgic because in Battlefield 3, that was the main go-to gun. You were either running the M4A1, the M240 Bravo, the M16A3, or the M40A3. Those were the main key weapons in Battlefield 3 that dominated the battlefield. And I'm very excited and happy that they've took this direction from Portal weapons onto All Out Warfare. This was rumored a long time ago, but it's finally confirmed in the update. Another very exciting update for the game, they're removing a specialist category completely into classes. So they're having specialists of 3 or 2 in each class: Assault, Engineer, Recon, and Support, all into their own categories now. Classes were in here, but they were just set as categories, but they weren't really shown. It was more like you chose specialist, that's what you went with. Now the specialist, and that's what you went with their gadget, then a piece of equipment you could choose yourself. That was it. There's not much gameplay change to that. So they're finally changing it, where they're bringing back all 4 classes into Battlefield 2042, but putting the specialists in the categories that they fit best in. I am very happy about this. I didn't really mind the specialist because I just played the game with the gunplay and using the rocket launcher like no other. I was so happy about that. Sadly, I really hope there's a way I could still select a rocket launcher for Sundance, because that was my main. I have this stunt that I invented in Battlefield 2042. The second day on early access when the game first came out, I called the Phantom. And I was wingsuiting with Sundance in the sky on Hourglass, and I saw this jet out in the distance. I took out my rocket launcher, and I attempted to take a shot. And I pulled off the sickest play I've ever made in all the times I play video games. And the fact that I invented this stunt was so thrilling and exciting because I did this. I started this. I've always wanted to start and create something new for the whole community to try out and play with. And I did it. So I'm very thrilled about that. And I'm hoping that Sundance could stay in the engineer class so I could use the rocket launcher. I hope you can still use the rocket launcher in any class. I doubt that's going to be the case, knowing Engineer is the main class to use rocket launchers and repair tools and anti-tank mines. But luckily enough, I'll still have a chance to run the rocket launcher with Sundance, because the class system isn't coming until Season 3. It's a huge development rework for the developers, and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time. They want to make it right, so it's going to take a long time, a lot of time. Season 1 came out in June and ends in late August, early September. So, with that being said, we're not going to get Season 3 until probably December, November, or even January time of next year. So we have a lot of time to still play around with the specialists that we have now and all the crazy things we could do with, for me, Sundance as an example, because the wingsuit is the best thing in this game, hands down. For all the specialists, Sundance is the best because of the wingsuit. I hope that they move Sundance from Assault to Engineer. That'll be dope, so I could continue doing that. I'd be bummed out, but I'm happy with the change. I went on a whole spiel there. I apologize. Back to the topic of new gameplay and content coming out for the game. They have a new map coming in Battlefield 2042 in Season 2, which is in September, and this map looks great. I'm excited. It's smaller, so for 128 players and 64 players, it's going to fit perfectly. And that ship in the middle especially caught my eye because they showed a little snippet of gameplay within the ship. It looks intense. It gives me Metro and Locker vibes, big time. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, I'm curious on how the gameplay is going to work around the ship. I wonder if they're going to have vehicles still in play, like helicopters and tanks and such, for the outside of the layout. It would make sense too. But if this is infantry focused, we're only going to have infantry and no vehicles unless we have just transport vehicles, and that's it. We've had a couple of maps like that in Dragon's Teeth DLC, for example, in Battlefield 4. It was infantry focused, vertical gameplay completely. So this new map might be the same deal. But they've had a complete overhaul on everything in the game. Everything you could think of possible, they have had a whole rework on. And now I could finally officially say Battlefield 2042 is on the right direction. It's on the right path. It's here. Like it's now turning into a great game. The game that we've all been wanting for so long. Since 2018, I remember watching the trailer for Battlefield 5. I wasn't that impressed. The gameplay was pretty good, but we wanted a modern or a semi-futuristic take on Battlefield. So that's what we were waiting for since 2018. So it's been 4 years since. And we just wanted a great game. We wanted a game that had Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 nostalgia. The feeling of those games were so perfect. We wanted that back. And finally, they're bringing that back slowly but surely into Battlefield 2042, but with its own setting, its own take, its own story into multiplayer, and its own atmosphere. Is it going to be as good as Battlefield 1's atmosphere? Hell no. But it will get close to the vibe of Battlefield 3 and 4. And that's what I like. That's what I want. That's what everyone wants to hear. Is Battlefield 2042 finally making a comeback? Yes. And I'm happy to hear that because I want Battlefield 2042 to succeed. And seeing this update from the developers really makes me happy. I was so excited when I heard the specialists are going to the classes system now. I was so excited. I screamed off of the top of my lungs in the chair, just saying, hell yes, this is what we wanted. They've heard us. Thank you, DICE, for making a great game and for hearing us and doing your best to make Battlefield 2042 great again. I'm going to make that to its own logo, I swear. Anyways, guys, that is all I wanted to say. Thank you all for watching this video, and thank you for supporting me on this channel. I love you all. Subscribe, comment, give it a like. I love all you beautiful people, and have a great day.